Hey everybody, this is Seifu from Purchaser. Wanted to give you a quick demo of our new RFQ beta. I'll walk through the how to create an RFQ, send it out, and show you some of the new features that we've been working on. And so this is our new RFQ editor. We wanted to make something that felt really familiar and kind of streamline the RFQ process for you. I'm sure you're tired of creating emails every single time. And so one of the things we wanted to do was give you a quick and easy template to use. Now, this is a completely customizable editor, so you can write whatever content you need. But I'm actually going to show you a couple of neat little features here. One of them is that if you've got like existing content within a spreadsheet, you can actually copy and paste it into the editor. Toggle this as a header row and then update it, add more content to it. You can add columns and rows to this table. Let's say you wanted to add another column to like highlight specific brands or MPNs, or if you have specific like target lead time dates that you have for these, you can do stuff like that. You can, additionally write requirements in here. I mean, it's basically an email editor. You can use it just like you would an email editor. So I'm going to write here, 6 to 8 weeks, no inspections this time or documentation. You can also attach documents to it. So let's say you had technical drawings or a previous quote that you wanted them to be able to look at. Let's say this is an existing vendor that you're reaching out to. You can do that as well. In the next step, one of the things that we do is we'll basically take the information that you provided in that first step and take a stab at a subject line. For the beta, all of the emails will be sent from an automatically generated email address, and you can see that email address here. In the future, we're going to be able to allow you to connect your email address so that it'll actually come from, let's say your business email. And so if you're reaching out to vendors that that are already familiar with you, they're not going to be weirded out by seeing, an email address that they don't recognize. Um, the to address, that's as simple as being able to reach out to new contacts, or let's say you wanted to reach out to, somebody that you've already reached out to. We'll keep track of all of the contacts that you've reached out to. And then, here in the next few weeks, we're going to be releasing a new kind of a lightweight contact system so that you can import your contacts and vendors into here, and that will automatically show up in this dropdown. So you'll also be able to kind of see a preview of what your vendor is going to see when we send this out. One of the things about our RFQ system is that your vendors don't need to be onboarded. They're just going to get an email and they'll be able to respond to it like they would any other RFQ or any other opportunity that they get. And so it should be pretty seamless on the supplier side. So this RFQ is being sent, and this is kind of what the experience will look like after an RFQ is sent out to vendors, and you can come back here and keep track of that. So what I'm actually going to do is move to an RFQ that I've sent out previously and highlight a couple of the features that you have access to after an RFQ has been sent. So in this one, it's actually the same RFQ that I sent for tungsten alloy rods to 3 different contacts. When you send that RFQ out, what we'll do is we will create an inbox for every RFQ. And so what you'll be able to see is in one single place, all of the communication that's happening around that opportunity. And you can actually use the system to reply back if there are questions. And so, in this one, they asked for the due by date, and I mentioned that we're going to need it in 4 to 6 weeks. This can all happen within the platform through this reply. Something that we've heard from customers is that sometimes they'll send out an RFQ instead of the supplier responding to that original email. They'll send a completely new email address and now they're losing track of it. But one of the things you can do is actually forward emails to a specific RFQ with this email link, and it'll show up in that RFQ's inbox. And if it's an email we don't necessarily recognize, let's say it comes from their quoting and estimating team, and that has a different email address, it'll actually show up in this uncategorized view. And from here, you can actually sort it and move it into a thread for a specific vendor. One of the cooler parts of this experience is that as you're getting replies back, if we recognize quotes, we will actually look at those attachments and look at the email, and we will parse both and create an analysis of each of those quotes for you. So this is an example of that, where this was a quote for tungsten alloy rods from this one vendor, and we're looking at both the information that was in the PDF as well as the information that was in the email as well. And then once multiple quotes come in, we'll generate a comparison where you can look at and compare the line item data, compare the vendors and things like that. We'll also do analysis and considerations across them. So that's what we have currently for RFQ. We're going to be releasing a lot of features in the upcoming weeks to get it ready for full release. But for now, it's totally free to use. So give it a shot and let us know what you think.